Joining this developer live stream at the very end, they said they'd be running the community fly-in right after this. So tuning into the last bit of this developer stream.
Nick Dackard.
For a while.
Yes, thank you for waiting, Nick. Nick
What happened?
Dackard of Heat Blur Simulations. Welcome, Nick.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here. Thanks to all of you for having us. And yeah, excited to talk about what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, so Jorg, why is Nick on stream with us today?
Because he has an awesome plane that's coming with pictures. Come on now.
Yeah, Nick, go ahead and take it away. Tell us about what's going on here and what
let's just say
chat can look forward to.
Heat Blur is awesome. I've been marveling at their work for a long time. And when Nick pinged me and said, "Hey, I'm bringing it over to Flights in 2020, 2024," I'm like, yes, come on the stream, man.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, we've been on a crazy three and a half year journey of creating the aircraft you can see on the screen there, the F4 Phantom. And we've been living and breathing this particular aircraft for maybe far too long. The feeling slowly. We're just super excited about it, and it's been such a fantastic journey. And we're reaching the final culmination, which is to bring it over into the incredible Microsoft Flight Simulator world. So super excited about that, and we're having a blast developing it at the moment, dancing around the clouds and flying over the Greek Isles and all the incredible things one can do in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And it's very inspiring for us, and we're having a fantastic time. So thank you for all the hard work from the Asobo and Microsoft teams, of course. And ultimately, at the core of it is as close as we can get to a one-to-one recreation of the Phantom. That was our goal from the get-go, as well as creating some technologies that we can reuse in future aircraft. Spent 25 hours with the airplane in real life, and then wrote 500,000 lines of code, and here we are today. Slightly grayer in the hair, higher blood pressure, but it's going to be a great time to bring it to everybody in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Thank you so much.
You have a timeline, Nick? What's happening?
We're getting very close. Finishing touches underway. Wing flex, wing vapor, pilot animation, kind of finishing layers. Things shaking in the cockpit. Physics systems going a little haywire still. Very close. Within the next couple of months, we'll be launching our Phantom. So yeah, stay tuned. Super excited. Just the finishing touches now, and we always sweat everything as much as we can. We're always very nervous, so we want to make sure to have a good launch and have everybody enjoy it on day one.
Awesome.
Yeah, so asking, is this a first-party product? No, it's an awesome third-party product. I'm trying to convince Nick to work with us one day on a first-party product, but it hasn't happened yet. But yes, this is the first step, but it's a great one.
Yeah, lots of comments in chat saying the screenshots look insanely real, so lots of hype for this. Really exciting. One question I saw was, why did you pick the Phantom as the first to bring over?
Well, we've of course done the collaboration with Dino at IFE for the Tomcat, and then when we decided to do the Phantom, we had it as an intention to, of course, bring that over as well, and so it's just like a natural progression for us. And I mean, again, it's really inspiring to be able to create things for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's really on the cutting edge of technology and artistry and gaming, and that just really drives us to want to, of course, bring anything we can to this fantastic simulator.
If you want to join in the community, fly and go, and you've never done one, go to the forum page and go to...
Thank you so much for having me.
We're excited about the plan, man.
Forums.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Go to upcoming events.
All right.
Go to the Fly In Friday Amazon on the calendar.
Well, somebody was saying city update.
Here's all the details.
But like,
there are the links to download the flight plan.
So this,
load that into your EFB.
do those.
Send it to ATC and load it into avionics. You need to be on the Southeast Asia server. Multiplayer on. Live traffic is preferred. Weather, few clouds. Daytime.
From you, I'm waiting for. So finally, Dallas, yay! And its little counterpart. Next slide, Fort Worth.
Oops.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're coming. Then Denver next.
Yahoo!
And
Woohoo!
Snip. Remember when I said we have the flyer in Hawaii?
Yeah.
Yahoo!
Honolulu. So it's I had this idea of like, let's do all of Hawaii. Yeah, okay. Takes too long. Let's get Honolulu out. At least we have something. And then we have a new version of San Francisco. And all that it's planned for April.
Nice. Looking forward to that. And speaking of, here's the roadmap. Huh?
I've seen San Francisco, Colorado. I'm not from America, but it sounds weird.
Yeah.
The previous screen. I'm sorry.
San Francisco, Colorado.
San Francisco, Colorado.
Side. He's like a move crossed out. Look at it.
Oops.
The Golden Gate Bridge is over there to the right, just in case.
San Francisco, yes.
Anyway, so here's our roadmap, as you know. So we are World Update 19 is out. What City Update 10?
Where's the chat?
About 2 of the Make Good planes are out. Local Legend.
Ah, well.
Famous Flyer. So
Want to get on there and tell them I love you guys. Thank you so much for doing Colorado.
It was planned for end of
Thank you, 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 thank you.
In May comes Local Legend, which tells you that there's something else coming in the World Update side in May. So we are well on our way to make lots of things that are cool this year.
Fantastic. Well, that brings us really nicely to the end of our stream. We wanted to end on time. For those who don't know, we have our Fly-In Friday stream planned in just 3 minutes right after.
Cut off, people.
Yeah. So once I go offline, CDL will be taking over and going online. And we are doing a fantastic flight, of course, along the Amazon River today. Definitely should join us if you'd like. It's open to anyone in 2020 or 2024 that wants to fly along. But great Dev Q&A stream. Jorg, Seb, and Marcial, thank you so much for joining, as well as to Nick as well from Heatblur.
Jen, if I may?
Yes, go ahead.
I was wrong when I was talking about the super heavy and heavy. I said something wrong. The issue we've got with the heavy missions is with the A330, and for the super heavy, it's the Beluga. But it's the same issue. I just
while we were talking, I just heard from Michael at iBuilds. They said they're going to send a Beluga over midweek.
Okay, but we still need the Airbus to be fixed.
Nice. Okay, so we're well on our way to heavy cargo missions. That's great news. All right, so
I
chat.
want to say that the person is
Yeah.
not that I should encourage that somebody's copying the same questions all the time, but I saw that PC-12 thing like 50 times. So we have a new version of the PC-12 that we're currently testing. So I would say. Sorry, had to say that.
Wanted to add anything else from the three of you before we close out?
No, I mean, I would say, look, I'm very happy that Cinema did one went out the way it did. I think we did it right, and that is the pattern that we will do. We will flight things long enough and listen to you, and it was great collaboration with the people that participated. So really, thank you, and I think there's more and more blue sky coming our way.
Yep, absolutely. All right, thank you, chat. Join us in just a couple minutes for our Fly-In Friday. We'll see you there. Hope you have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you next month. All right, bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all. Have a nice weekend.
Bye.
Gomez Tower, Kid Mike Delta, Alpha 7511, ready for IFR departure, runway 11.
Multiplayer's on. The hell is everybody? Lord. What did I do wrong now? Oh. Don't understand. Now it's not giving me my flight plan. Try this. Amazon River. Open. Pop them with the ATC. Send right to avionics. Online multiplayer is online. That's the plan, but why, when we're loading in, are we not seeing anybody? Everybody should already be there.
Gomez Tower, Kin Mike Delta Alpha 75. 11 ready for IFR departure runway 29er.
Kin Mike Delta Alpha 7511 QNH 101 tree. Cleared for takeoff runway 29.
Oh, I don't understand. What now? Southeast Asia. We're on the right server. Well, this might be a bust. Then the engine dies. Huh, I have no idea what's going on. Why we're not spawning in with everybody. Son of a gun. Southeast Asia, multiplayer, all players. Live traffic as preferred, live weather. Few clouds, time of day, daytime. wonder if I'm still in a group. No. Wonder if they're having a problem too, because nobody's starting. So they're just starting. I don't know. Sorry, folks. I don't know what the problem is. It shouldn't have anything to do with anything in here.
This stream is cleared for takeoff.
Well, hello everyone and welcome. This is Community Fly-In Friday. Thanks to all our audience who stuck around after the developer live stream.
I don't get it.
Almost all of it. Had to leave a little bit early to prepare for this stream, but saw some really cool announcements from Jorg, Sev, Marcial, and Heatblur. Hope everyone is able to tune into that. If not, we'll have the VOD uploaded to YouTube probably later today or next week, Monday at the latest. But that's not why we're here now. We are here for Community Fly-In Friday, and it is my great pleasure to be joined by three wonderful guests today. Starting directly above me, we have Peter making a return to the channel after an absence of a few weeks. Welcome back, Peter.
Only one. Hi.
Was it only one?
I don't get it.
Holiday, so yeah.
This is the first time I've really had any problems connecting.
Live stream last week because Jane and I were traveling for business.
Yeah.
All right. Well, either way, welcome back, Peter.
Thank you.
Also, making a return appearance on the channel, we have Flights with Joel. Joel, welcome back to you as well.
Hey, thanks a lot. Great to be here. Great to be back. I think it's been more than 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think you were last month sometime, I want to say.
That's exactly when it was. Last month sometime.
Yeah. And then, who is this strange person making a return appearance since I didn't even know when? We have my colleague, my coworker, senior community manager, Jane. Jane, so thrilled to have you back joining us on Community Fly-In Friday today.
Thank you. It's been a while since I've been on a fly-in, but we just finished the dev stream and I thought I'd just keep streaming for a little bit and say hello and hang out.
I think a while is an understatement there.
Yeah. Okay, it's been a while. A long while. Hello. Hey, chat. Great to be here.
Well, Jane, great to have you back. Now let's talk about today's flight and how we came up with this route today that we'll be flying. Of course, the long, much anticipated World Update 19 released earlier this week. Brazil, Suriname, Guyana, and French Guiana. I know particularly our Brazilian community, you've been asking about this for years. We're so thrilled it's finally out after such a long delay, long time to get it into your hands, but we're really excited it's available now. And of course, we couldn't think of a better way to celebrate the release of World Update 19 than to do a flight in Brazil. However, we didn't just, unilaterally decide where we're flying today. No, we made this democratic on Fly In Friday today. We hosted a poll on our Instagram, and if you're not following us on Instagram, maybe Janie could put a link into that to MSFS Official so people can check us out and follow our account there. But a couple days ago, we made a poll, and we offered 2 flight plans. Option 1 was a flight along the Amazon River in Brazil from Manaus, to Santarém. And then option 2 was a flight between Brazil's 2 largest, most populated cities, Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. And believe it or not, boy, was the community divided. The results of this poll could not have been more close. With greater than 5,000 total votes cast, only 9, as in single digit numeral 9 votes, separated the winner from the loser. So it could not have been more close than it was, but the winner was the first option along the Amazon River. So that's what we're doing today. However, we've heard you, community. We see there's clearly a desire to do a flight from Sao Paulo to Rio. So we're gonna put that on the schedule for Fly In Friday next month in April sometime. That's not going away. The result of that poll was so inconclusive, we couldn't really choose one winner. There was no decisive victor there. So we're gonna do them both. But we will start with the one today that had the slight lead by a mere 9 votes. Now, if I can just get chat, if I can get anyone to verify the audio level of the music. Is that coming in? Is coming in at a good volume? Not too loud, not too quiet? And while you're discussing that, you can also type !fly in the chat, and that will give you the instructions on how to join today's flight.
His music is probably going to cause a live stream
in the background. As always, this is a
copyright
open event. All players, all platforms, all skill levels, everyone is welcome to fly with us today. PC, Xbox Cloud Gaming, whether you're a brand new beginner or a very seasoned veteran sim pilot. And if you're on Flight Sim 2020 or Flight Sim 2024, it does not matter. Everyone can fly with us today. And like I said, just type !fly in the chat. That'll give you a link with all the instructions you need to join today's fly-in. Now let's talk about our aircraft choice. As you can see on the screen here, we're flying 372 nautical miles today. We want to do this in slightly less than 2 hours. So you probably want something with a cruise speed of 200 knots or greater. So I have chosen the TBM 930. Peter, what about you? What are you flying today?
Also flying the TBM 930.
Okay, good choice. And Joel also appears to be in the TBM.
I don't think this has happened before in my. Huge experience with the Fly In Friday.
Let's try that and see if we can get
Fly In Friday. I don't
get seeing everybody.
Sometimes 8 of us. One time there was 8 of us. Of course, or sometimes 8 of us. One time there was 8.
Why is he?
I actually kind of like.
Why is his audio doubling?
I actually kind of like the experience.
Oh my gosh!
Jump into this because I rarely do.
Good week for the TBM then. We are flying 372 nautical miles.
There we go.
Along the Amazon River, starting at Manaus. Sierra Bravo Echo Golf is the ICAO code. I'm going to hit the fly button and spawn in. And while I'm on the loading screen, we can go back to Peter and Joel's POVs. Jane, just a friendly reminder, you are not flying with us today, right?
I'm not. I'll be leaving soon, so I didn't open up my sim, but I'll be watching you fly and cheering everybody on who's flying today.
Also, Peter, looks like you just switched to Flight Sim 2020.
I did.
Oh, look at that.
So for those of you who are on Flight Sim 2020, you can look for Peter's nameplate and follow him along to track a panelist. And for those of you on Flight Sim 2024, you can look for me and Flights with Joel.
And the map for this flight is just here on the back of the tail. I really like this livery.
It's a
I really like
cool.
this livery. It is. It's fun. It is. Looks a bit like a doodle, doesn't it? Looks a bit like a
something you
doodle,
just do
doesn't
when
it?
you're, mindlessly.
All right,
doing something else.
I am spawned in, and I've got so many aircraft all on top of me. So why don't I just get my autopilot programmed here and then get ready to get underway. Let's say a cruise altitude of 2,500 feet to start, and if we need to climb higher, we can. All right, my parking brake is off. Full throttle is in. I am rolling. And we are underway for Community Fly-In Friday, Amazon River Brazil World Update Edition.
Let's go. Is there an echo?
Someone's saying I have an echo. I'm trying to figure out where that would be from.
Okay, so it's not me.
It's echoing.
It might be you're broadcasting your audio to both your point of view and the stream. All right, positive rate gear up.
Yep, positive rate.
All right, Peter is also. Okay, whose point of view is it
There we
when
go.
whose point of view is it in when you're getting the echoing?
Oh, that's a good question.
Let's just go around the table. Okay, so we're on my POV now.
Dang it.
All right, Joel, can you talk?
Yes, but now I can't hear anything. Can you hear me still?
We can hear you, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, now let's go to.
There we go.
We go to Peter's point of view, and Joel, if you can keep talking.
Okay. Oh, keep talking. I'll take off now. Here we go. Getting in the air.
And then finally, we will go to
up.
Joel's point of view.
Throttle
and you
up.
see, or did you get the echo now? Keep talking, Joel.
Am I still getting the echo? No, I'm not watching chat. Am I
I'm
still
at a
getting the
different
echo? No, I'm not
Here
watching
we
chat. I'm at a
go.
different screen. Here
I
we
shouldn't have an
go.
echo.
I cannot figure this out. I go.
I
do
shouldn't
this.
have an echo.
Oh,
I cannot
know
figure
what
this
it might
out. I
be.
go
No,
do
okay,
this.
I can.
Oh,
I
know
see the
what it
problem,
might
and I'm going to fix it on my end. There.
Oh, yay!
It should be fixed now. So what I did, you were broadcasting your audio to your NDI stream, so I just muted that on my end. It should be fixed now.
I was just thinking that's where I needed to mute, but you got it, so we're good. Gear up.
Gear up.
Go.
Let's go.
Gear up. There it is.
All right.
Now we've got gear.
TBM gang.
All right, chat. Here we are in Manaus, in Brazil, along the Amazon River. Oh, Joel, I've got you in sight on the runway. I can see you taking off now. Now, chat, we do have a POI here, a bridge. Longtime viewers of this program will know what that means.
Oh no.
I was going to ask about that.
So, chat,
It's
what
beautiful.
what do we do on the stream when we see a bridge? Some of our regular viewers.
Panic?
Well,
Yeah.
you might panic, Jane.
Okay.
Enjoy the view?
I'm seeing land on it and crash. Both of those are the wrong answer. Fly under it.
There it
Blaze
is.
Icon has got the right answer. We are going to fly underneath the bridge. So let me just adjust my course. All right. Now, a lot of you may remember in 2014, Brazil was the host country of the FIFA World Cup.
I'm making a dive for it, PD.
Oh, okay. Of course, football, or depending where you live, you may call it soccer, is insanely popular in Brazil. You may think if you're from like the UK or, France, Germany, wherever, that football is popular in your country. It is nothing like it is in Brazil. And Manaus, here where we're flying right now, was lucky to be one of the host cities during the 2014 FIFA World Cup. Of course, that didn't, you may remember the semifinal game between Germany and Brazil didn't end so well for the host country. I'm sure we have a lot of German viewers in the chat. You probably remember that fondly. And if we have many Brazilian viewers in the chat, you're probably trying to do your best to forget about that match. Joey says, a day to forget. Certainly if
Sorry,
you were
Joey.
Brazilian support. And then Newspawn says, best game ever. Yeah, so there's the dichotomy of sports right there. What is it? The glory of victory, the agony of defeat. Stuxit says, as a German, I loved it. All right, I'm almost ready. I'm lining up to fly underneath the bridge now.
Oh, I might be right behind you.
Did 2 passes already. Come on.
Let's go!
Oh, there's my shadow. I'm like right on the deck here. Not something I would do in real life, but of course in the sim,
You're only going on.
we can take safety. You can do things that are unsafe in real life. You can do it from the safety of your home computer or Xbox console in the sim. All right, there we go. Flying underneath the bridge.
I feel like we say that a lot, especially at events with kids when they're, if they land terribly, like, that's a great landing in the sim, it's okay.
Yeah. Now, Jane, that's a very nice segue. You said when we're at events with kids, you and I attended an event in Calgary, Canada.
Well, now where is the flight plan?
A little bit about what we did and what we saw in Calgary, and who was hosting that event.
Yeah, so there was it was on International Women's Day, and Mount Royal Academy, they hosted.
Sorry, Mount Royal University.
Oh,
Sorry.
what is it? Huh?
Mount Royal University.
Yeah. What did I say?
Mount Royal Academy.
Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't even mean to say that. Anyway, they the senior girls put together this whole Women in Aviation event that was hosted at Springbank Airport in the hangar there. So we were invited out to set up a couple sims, and invited, there was a bunch of kids. I think it was really all ages, but I think we got mostly like middle school to high schooler aged kids, both girls and boys, to come try the sim out. And we kind of set them up in a Cessna and put them over Springbank Airport and let them kind of decide if they wanted to go to Calgary, try to find their home, or if they wanted to go towards Banff or the mountain range that way. And we had a really good time. I love events that deal mostly with like getting kids into the sim, because they are usually really excited about it, ready to learn. And this bunch of kids, they really listened well and like tried their best to take off, fly around, do turns and land. That was my experience anyway. CD.
Yeah, no, I concur with everything you said there, Jane. It was fantastic. This is a wonderful event organized by the senior graduating class of women in Mount Royal's aviation program. Not only did they invite us from the Microsoft Flight Simulator team, but they also invited Air Canada and WestJet and the Canadian Forces and many other aviation companies. Having women who work in aviation, showcasing that this is a career opportunity, and there are role models who can inspire young girls when they get older to dream of becoming a pilot or an air traffic controller or a maintenance worker or a dispatcher, flight attendant, whatever. That these are career opportunities that are available to them, and it was wonderful to see these young women in their early 20s did a fantastically organized event, and it was a real thrill for us to have been there and to take a part in that.
Yeah, I loved it.
Now, Peter, you being on 2020, we can do a nice apples to oranges comparison here of what the scenery looks like in Flight Sim 2020 versus 2024, because there are differences. Obviously, you have the world update installed, same as me. We're roughly the similar location. But look at the graphic difference here on the Amazon River below us.
Is the largest left tributary of the Amazon River, the largest blackwater river in the world, and one of the world's 10 largest rivers by average discharge. While the name Rio Negro means Black River, its waters are similar in color to strong tea, which is typical of blackwater rivers. The dark color comes from humic acid due to an incomplete breakdown of phenol-containing vegetation from sandy clearings. The river was named because it looks black from a distance. Much has been written on the productivity of the Rio Negro and other blackwater rivers. The older idea that these are hunger rivers is giving way, with new research, to the recognition that the Rio Negro, for example, supports a large fishing industry and has numerous turtle beaches. If explorers did not find many indigenous peoples along the Rio Negro during the 17th century, it is likely that their populations were reduced because of new infectious diseases and warfare rather than low river productivity. Rio Negro has a very high species richness. About 700 fish species have been documented in the river basin, and it is estimated that the total is 800 to 900 fish species, including almost 100 endemics and several undescribed species. Among these are many that are important in the aquarium trade, including the cardinal tetra. As a result of the Cassiquiare Canal, many aquatic species are found both in the Rio Negro and Orinoco. Because the Cassiquia includes both blackwater and clear to whitewater sections, only relatively adaptable species are able to pass through it.
They're going that way. What now? I'm on the flight plan. They must not be following the route, but that makes no sense. Let's see where this thing's going. Always something. Well, all I can think to do is, in this case, is just set the heading and fly where they're going.
Gate agents,
Flight test engineers,
load masters on cargo planes. Yes, flight test engineers, aeronautical engineers, everyone involved with aviation. We're one big aviation community, and any career opportunity that you want to pursue in the aviation field is a good choice. It's just so cool working around airplanes and flying machines. Baggage handlers, yeah, baggage handlers as well. Although maybe not those two baggage handlers from Qantas. Did anyone see that video that went viral a couple years ago? I think they got fired, rightly so. But, you know, anyone know what I'm talking about? There was a behind-the-scenes video of two baggage handlers. I believe it was Qantas, but I may be wrong about the airline. Someone in chat correct me if I'm wrong. And they were like picking up customer bags over their heads and then just slamming them down onto the conveyor belt.
I do remember that.
Yeah, remember that now?
That's rough.
And so the video went viral, and then the airline did an investigation and fired the two individuals for very good reason.
Yikes.
Yeah. So shout out to all the baggage handlers in the world except for those two.
We like the ones from a few years ago who were dancing on the tarmac. Yeah.
That's fun.
Daryl says, please bring the A350 to Xbox. We would love to. That's I&I Builds has to make that call. It's entirely up to them when they will release that. But yeah, we know it's in development, and we hope to bring it there soon. No, it's a very high demand product for all the Xbox simmers out there. Whoa, lightning on Peter's screen just now. That was cool.
Yeah, a lot of.
Whoa.
There's quite a lot of like. Oh, but that was a close one as well.
Yeah, it's right in front of you.
And luckily, Edarin is here. So.
Yep.
Edarin in the Dark Star, of course. Yeah.
That's who asked about if the Pelican's coming to 2024 today.
I think that's a reasonable question from him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Cobra in the chat missed the earlier announcements in the live stream. This question, Cobra, was answered in the earlier developer live stream today, but Jane, maybe you can repeat the answer. Cobra says, just saw the Pelican. Is that and others like the Ornithopter coming to 2024?
I think the answer wasn't it. I don't even remember. Yes, I think York said he was talking to people.
Yeah.
About it.
The
I asked so many questions.
The Dark Star, he said no, and that's with the Dark Star. It's a limitation with the license deal with Paramount Pictures, who owns the rights to Top Gun. We were lucky that deal was originally set to expire last year. Jorg negotiated to get it extended until 2026. So you'll still be able to enjoy the Dark Star in Flight Sim 2020 until next year.
That's bull, man.
That aircraft will not be coming to 2024 because of a limitation with licensing.
Bull. That's such bull.
The Pelican would be coming at some point in 2024.
By the way, Stevie, what's your cruising speed currently?
That's sad that they would take that away from us.
I can throttle back slightly.
It's fine. I was at 120, so I'll fly it like I still did.
Yeah. We had a bit of a late start today because of the developer live stream that happened in front of us. Obviously, we did not want to cut Jorg, Seb, and Martial off, saying, no, you have to end at 11 o'clock. Exactly. 1800 Zulu. Exactly. It's like, no. Jorg, Seb, and Martial, they can talk as long as they want. We'll start our stream later. All right. I have got 35 nautical miles to go until the next waypoints.
50.
45.
50. Is what we're doing now?
30. 20.
Is it what we're doing now? We're just shouting random numbers into the mic?
42.
Yeah.
That's what football is.
Hey, chat, I was incredibly lucky the other day. I generated a random number between 1 and 1 million, and I got 600,037. It's literally a 1 in 1 million chance I got that number.
Yeah,
what what kind of joke is this?
That sounds like a math joke.
Literally 1 in 1 million.
Really?
I'm not wrong.
I was just really expecting something, I was so excited.
Yes, Stacks points out it is Pie Day today, 3/14. Everyone eating pie today at some point?
Yep.
No.
Yep. No pie.
I'm more of a Tau person.
No pie.
JD Sim says Joel hit straight in with the 42, the meaning of life, the universe, and everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. I knew someone out there would remember that.
Oh, I get that. I get that reference.
I mean, that reference has been done so many times that we're not even reacting to it anymore.
Now it means a creator, one of the flight sim creators.
All right, Joel and Peter, I know you were both, so a little bit behind the scenes of how the sausage is made here, folks. Obviously, before we go live, we do tech chess.
Yeah, I don't know what flight plan they're on. They're all just kind of doing their own thing.
Live stream.
I'm on the flight plan. I'm following the.
Joel and Peter, did you get the chance to tune into any of it? If so, was there anything that stood out from Jorg 7?
It figures.
RCL's presentation.
Yeah, let's all fly whatever the hell we want to fly, and here's your plan.
Beta, yeah. The Martial said
that makes no sense, guys. Why are you doing that?
Promise. So it's not 100% locked in, but Martial said we're targeting the sim update.
That
beta.
guy's with me. He's like, what? He's wondering the same thing. Why are they way over there?
Next Thursday. So again, that is
the amount of fixes.
Mm-hmm. Again, that is a target. It's not 100% guaranteed it'll be coming Thursday, but that's shows you just how far along the development team is on SU2. Yeah.
So it's not months away, but weeks, right? So
correct.
That's cool.
Yeah, two things stood out to me. One was they're still in the first questions. I have lots of time to take a shower. And two, the F4.
The F4, yes.
The F4, yeah, that looks amazing. Yeah. I know those developers, they're good. It'll be good.
Yeah. We already have the F4 in 2020, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
There is one.
But yeah.
Not by Heatblur, though. It's by a different developer.
So way off.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, Heatblur has been a long-time third-party developer for DCS. They specialize in military aircraft. Among the DCS community, they're very highly respected as being one of the most top quality third-party devs for DCS. And so far, they've released an F-14 Tomcat for flight sim, and then their next aircraft is coming soon as the F-4 Phantom. And we're really excited to have such a well-regarded developer starting to port some of their well-received aircraft over from DCS to Microsoft Flight Simulator.
What are 3.14% of sailors?
Pirates.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
You were looking hard for that one, weren't you, Jane?
Well, I love a good pirate joke.
Pirate.
I actually did see a legitimately good pirate meme the other day. Can you imagine the very first pirate ever to say "shiver me timbers"? It must have like the rest of the ship, all the other pirate crew, they must have lost their minds.
I want to say that.
Right.
I recently read a story about where all this pirate talk comes from. Have you ever seen where the pirate talk comes from? It's an obvious place. Where would you think it comes from?
I want to say something like fiction, like Treasure Island, or like one of those books.
Yeah, a movie.
Well, that's really close.
The actor.
The actor,
yep.
Treasure Island film, like in the 30s, who played I forget the character.
Blackbeard.
Bad pirate.
Long John Silver?
Long John Silver. The actor just came up with
Maybe it was
basically on his own. He was
Scottish.
He was Irish. I think he was Irish, but he just threw all those things in, and boom, we're still saying them.
That's so cool.
That's amazing how one actor making a acting decision on the set of a movie has now defined how the entire world thinks pirates talk.
It's not nuts. Like, why would?
You know that movie Captain Phillips with Tom Hanks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where his ship gets taken over by Somali pirates. Was anyone else, that famous meme with "Look at me, I'm the captain now"? You know, everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Was anyone else disappointed that the Somali pirates in that movie didn't talk like
didn't talk like pirates? Because he was a real Somali. That was his first movie. Yeah. Did you know that was his line? He said that.
Yeah.
That was brilliant. That kid came up with that on his own.
I was very disappointed they didn't have wooden legs and stuff.
Yeah, and hook hands.
And hook hands.
That would be pretty hilarious if they could. They jumped on board and
pirates.
Started totally talking like real. That. From Somalia.
Flockstrot has a joke in the chat. What's a pirate's favorite letter?
Oh, I know that.
R.
Oh no.
Gonna wear it out.
Yep.
All right. Hope everyone is enjoying the smooth sounds of the bossa nova music we have playing in the background today.
Your music's going to cause a copyright violation on YouTube.
Of music that was.
I've asked him repeatedly. I'm like, man, I know that you want to play music on your stream, and that's really cool that you have copyright-free music that does not extend to any of us. And if we live stream it on YouTube, chances are when this is all done, the AI will pick up that music in the background and is going to create a copyright violation for me and demonetize the video. So I'll probably be able to keep it up. But just, again, nobody can monetize because of what CD's doing.
All right, folks, I got to go.
All right. Well, Jane.
I might come back later.
Jane gives the best mic.
Okay.
Man.
Something, or I'll die.
Chat, bid farewell to Jane.
This is your intro to talk about food again and your favorite pies and stuff.
It was great having you back on the channel, Jane. It's been too long. We need to get you flying with us again sometime soon, Jane.
Yes, I always look at every Friday. I'll sign up for one soon. I'm positive, but I'll see you later, everybody. Bye, Joel. Bye, Peter.
Bye, Jane.
Bye.
Nice to hear your voice. Bye-bye.
See you.
Oh, Jane, can you... Oh, she's gone already. I was gonna ask Jane to give us a Stallhorn impression before she leaves, but too late now. Maybe she'll be back later. We can do that. All right.
Yeah, I was hoping she'd be here for your first landing so she could do it live.
Henox says Jane is walking the plank. All right, I'm at a waypoint right now. It's not a POI or a touch and go or anything. It's just we're following the river. So the river is sort of veering to the north at this point. So we're making a slight left-hand turn to follow the river. Again, this is the Amazon. Some fun facts about the Amazon River. It is possibly, and it's not confirmed, that the Amazon is the longest river in the world. There's debate whether it's the Amazon or the Nile that is longer. It depends how you measure it. So someone in chat can look that up and see why there is some contention over which river is actually the longest. What is not in dispute, though, is that the Amazon is the largest river as measured by water flow. So
dang,
what, by cubic liters or something?
Yeah, by discharge.
Well, they're definitely set with water, that's for sure.
Discharge, the Amazon is the largest river. By length, it is either the Amazon or the Nile, and there is some debate over which one is actually longer.
I think the Nile is in denial that it's the Amazon.
Yeah.
Had to put it out there. I'm a little annoyed by this flight because it's very hard at this speed and height to find capybaras on the Amazon.
Oh, yes, that's right. For those of you who haven't seen, if you watched the trailer for World Update 19, there are now capybaras available in the sim as part of the flora that you can spot. Or sorry, not the flora, the fauna that you can spot. And capybaras are one of my favorite animals. I'm trying, not always successfully, but I am making a conscious effort to live my life more like a capybara. For those of you who don't know, they are like the absolute most chill animal. They don't let anything bother them. They're friends with every other species. There's so many good memes online of capybaras. Aren't they just huge rats? Yes, they're the largest rodents in the world.
That's what they are.
Yep.
However, they're really nice rats. So.
Yes, they're super friendly and they're ridiculously chill, and they don't let anything bother them. They
what about Tasty?
I've seen some of those photos.
I know, wrong thing to say.
There's a large group of capybaras that are friends with crocs, but that's a group which is ever slowly but steadily decreasing somehow.
All right, I am apparently 13 miles away from an airport, which is our first touch and go today. But yes, capybaras are awesome animals, and they're friends to everyone. And I'm not even joking. This is a serious comment. I am legitimately trying to live my life more like a capybara, not let things make me stressed or anxious or bother me. But just let everything be chill. Not always successful at that. You know, it's impossible to avoid all stress, but I am.
Nor is it always wise.
Yeah.
Quick, the building is on fire.
There is an evolutionary reason why humanity has developed a stress response to certain stimulus. It's true.
The jaguars like them.
I don't know. I mean,
that's what I've heard. It's one of the things jaguars eat.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think they're probably like the rabbits of the Amazon world, if anyone knows what that means.
Do you have any touch and goes here, CD, or not? This flight?
We do have a touch and go. In fact, that's my next
coming up.
My next.
Yeah, exactly. So I might. That's what I meant. So I might be. So I might need to go back into the cockpit.
I'm 15.6 miles out.
Okay, I'm 7.7. Sierra Bravo India Charlie is the next
coming
waypoint.
right up, 21 miles out. So
I have it shoved all the way to the firewall, and I'm still 7 miles behind CDL.
I've throttled down slightly.
You always get a faster version.
I have throttled down a little bit, so you should be able to catch up to me. All right, question.
Are you in light weather? Lights. Go.
Oh no, I'm on few clouds.
Oh, okay.
So I have like 2 knots of wind.
Yeah, so you don't have any headwind or something. Because I do have a 5-knot headwind, and I'm on 234 indicated. So.
That's exactly where I am.
What is cool.
234 indicated was my ground speed. 240. I'm so blind. 246.
I'm on 98% torque, so I could give it a little bit more. But
oh yeah.
All right, chat. I've lowered my landing gear, as you can see. I'm currently 3 miles out from the airport. Don't have the runway in sight yet, but I'm sure it's coming up soon. And we'll do a quick touch and go here.
Famous last words.
Yeah.
I don't see the runway yet, but I'm sure it'll turn up quickly.
You know, it might be obscured by some of this Brazilian Amazon rainforest. Now, here's a question for the chat. I think when James was reading all your locations, we had a few people who are residents of Brazil. So shout out to anyone whose home country we are flying over today. But for anyone who is not from Brazil, has anyone visited Brazil before as a tourist? I have not either. I've been to South America. I've been to Chile, Peru, and Ecuador on the western coast of South America, but I have not been to Brazil yet. It's on my list. Somewhere I will go at some point. There's so many destinations and so little time. Oh, there's the runway. Yeah, it was hidden by rainforest. Look at that. I'm going to cross over midfield and join left downwind. But yes, there's the runway below me.
It's almost perpendicular on the fly.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to Brazil because there are a lot of animals and a lot of birds.
Mm-hmm. Oh, are you a bird
Sounds
watcher?
Amazing. I'm a little bit. I like watching. I have a book. There's a lot of birds that come through where I live, but especially when I go to Hawaii, it's interesting to see all the birds. And I think Brazil has even the toucan and all kinds of lots of parrots and parakeets and parrots and big, beautiful birds.
100% correct. There are toucans in Brazil. Very beautiful birds. What airport are we at? This is Sierra Bravo India Charlie, SBIC. So if you're joining me, you'd like to fly along with the group, just start a flight and spawn in at SBIC, Sierra Bravo India Charlie. Thanks, Peter, for typing that out.
But they can copy paste.
Also, by far Brazil's biggest festival just happened last week, or it ended last week anyways. Carnaval, of course, in Rio, very famous.
Yep.
And we couldn't quite line up Fly-In Friday in Brazil with Carnaval. That would have been really cool if we could. But we wanted to wait for the world update to be out first. But was anyone in chat lucky enough to be at Carnaval this year? Oh, I overshot that turn. Got to cut back a little bit. Smooth landing here. Sterile cockpit. My avionics are yelling at me, pull up, sync rate, pull up. I was like, nah, I'm landing. It's fine. I'm trying to land.
They do that. They're very yelly.
It's fine.
They are.
Vocal cockpits.
Yeah.
I've noticed that the voice has changed recently. It sounds like a different
minute behind you.
My gear is down and locked, so but it keeps yelling at me, pull up, pull up, pull up. I was like, no, I'm trying to land.
I don't have time to copy.
I'm not ready to copy. I'm flying.
Trying to land.
All right, look at this. Right in the center line.
Just behind you, 30 seconds back.
All right, I'll get airborne and then switch to your POV. What do you think, chat? Was that a good landing? All right, and rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate over to Joel's POV.
Not a good approach. I'm cleaning it up. I'll make it. These don't slow down very quickly. There we go. Here we are.
I've noticed that with a lot of the aircraft now. It just everything moves so fast.
Star Drifter, yes, the dev stream was earlier. If you did miss it, not to worry. We will upload the VOD to YouTube later. It'll be either online later today or possibly Monday. But yes, not to worry. If you did miss it, you can still catch up later.
Oh, will he make it? Will he make it? Okay, I've got speed. There we go. Whew, that was close.
All right, Peter, how are you doing on the touch and go?
Lining up final, but I'm... Oh, there we are. Oh, a little high, a little fast.
Do you recommend using the classic or modern flight model? Always modern. The only reason you should ever use classic, and this is an extreme use case, is if you have a legacy FSX add-on from years ago that's been ported over to Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 or 2024, and it hasn't been updated to the new SDK standards. That's the only reason, and it's a very niche case, that you should ever use the legacy flight model. Otherwise, put it on default, which is modern, and leave it on modern.
Yep. I'm a bit surprised they still have it in there. 2024, actually. Okay. Floating to the runway.
Well, the airport looks pretty good in 2020 also. I'm always amazed how good these out-of-the-way airports look.
It's still a bit fast. Never mind. There we go. I've had a lot worse.
A bit left of the center line there, Peter. I'm gonna dock you some points for that.
That's a typical GA landing, right?
Yeah. I'll give you 6 out of 10 on that landing.
That's fair. I can live with that.
It's a passing grade, but it's not one you're particularly proud of.
No.
I was going to guess you're in formation and you're just making room.
Oh, you're being much more generous.
Yes, that's exactly what was happening because I had a jet, so I had to do a sidestep because of the turbulence, of course. Yes, that's exactly what it was. Yes.
All right, chat. We talked a little bit earlier about football or soccer for some of us, depending where we live, and Brazil, arguably.
See shit.
And we're gonna debate this in a second. Brazil has a claim to fame as being the home country of someone who is maybe the greatest footballer to ever live, or at least certainly in the conversation.
Hey, Lay.
We have a debate, chat. I'm gonna say my top 4, and chat, you feel free to disagree or agree.
That was in the 70s and 80s.
I would say the handball player. No, that's from Argentina, New Spawns. But he's gonna be one of the 4 I'm gonna name. So here's who I think the top 4 footballers of all time are. And chat, we can debate this. So from Brazil, we have Pele, who I was thinking of. From Argentina, we have Maradona, and that's who you were talking about, New Spawns, the handball player, the hand of God. And we also have Messi from Argentina. And then from Portugal, we have Ronaldo. So chat, of those 4, or maybe you have a write-in candidate, to someone who I didn't name, who do you think is the best out of those 4? I see 3 votes for Pele so far. Plays with Joe Montana. wrong kind of football there. Also, come on, Tom Brady. All right, now we're getting a couple votes for Messi. Oh.
Did we pull this?
Montana uses his hands. Well, Maradona also uses his hands.
He cheats. He uses his hands. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. By the way, folks, I'm going to put a link in the chat. One of the other things that Brazil is famous for is all their top football players have nicknames. Like, for example, Pele is not Pele's real name. It's not his birth name. So here is a link, chat. Go click that link. Oh, it didn't quite work. What's going on? Let me adjust the URL here.
Mile.
I'm not sure why the Twitch chat cut off the .htm there, but just copy what I put in the chat there. Just copy the text and paste it into a browser window.
Again, I don't know why they use this server either. It's
Your first name and last name.
it's really difficult.
And see what
There's a lot of lag here.
soccer nickname is. So mine is Kra. I'll put that in chat. There. That's if I was a Brazilian footballer, my name would be Kra. What do you think? Is that a good nickname? I'm not sure. Joey Bolo got Belimo. Hey, that's a good one, Joey. I like that for you.
Not the worst.
Yeah, Belimo's pretty good. Although it does kind of sound like an eating disorder.
Something doesn't want to come down.
Sorry to put a downer on that one. But, I do like that for you, Joey.
So when I put my forename and surname in, it basically that's my surname. So.
Derfluke says Brazil name is Stefa. That's a good one.
This one as well.
Okay, I don't even know how to pronounce it. But it didn't come out. It didn't come up with Joe.
Stick Figure says a caldo.
Oh, this does have a speed break, doesn't it?
Joey.
No, but we can.
Abranosa.
Oh, I like that one as well. There's some good ones, right?
Sure.
I kind of think mine, Kra, is the worst out of any so far. Oh, Asia Prometheus got Jaka. That's a good one. Super Typhon got Manasa. Also some good ones. Maldo. Or Marco.
Joe Montana got Jolito. No way.
Okay,
that's what Sky Command calls me.
let's see. What's David Beckham's Brazil name? I'm gonna type that into the generator. David Beckham's Brazil name is Claudio Beckson. I'll put that in the chat.
It's a bit long.
It's a bit long.
All right, anyone in chat? Anyone else have a Brazilian football name for us? The doc got Mikildo. Yeah, I like that one too. My avionics is yelling at me about traffic, and no kidding. Look at the aircraft I've got flying in formation on my tail. I have Dire Spitfire, ironically flying a P-51 Mustang. Okay.
500.
So we kind of got a divided response, I think, to the poll. It seemed it was about half and half said Pele, and the other half said Messi. So yeah, I mean, it's hard to say who the absolute number one greatest is. I will say Pele has won the World Cup 3 times. Messi has only won the World Cup once. It's a team sport. I realize that, and it's only one guy, but results speak for themselves, right? So those of you who don't know, I live in Vancouver, Canada, which is going to be one of the host cities of next year's World Cup in Canada, the United States, and Mexico, a 3-country joint hosting of the World Cup. And some of the matches will be played here in Vancouver. They've revealed the ticket prices, and they are insane. I do not think I will be going to any of the matches. But I will, of course, take part in some of the local festivities and go to the fan areas and so on. One of the things I love, so Canada is pretty terrible at football/soccer. Our women are good. Our women's team is very good. They were like top 5 in the world, but our men's team is pretty bad. So they're not expected to be competitive. But what I like about living in Canada is that we're a country that's largely an immigrant country. And so we have people who come to Canada from all over the world. And so during the Olympics, everyone cheers for the Canadian athletes, and you'll see like Canadian flags flying everywhere. But during the
Whoa, don't get me started on.
Everyone cheers for their home country's team. And so you get flags from Brazil and the UK and Germany and Netherlands and all African nations and Caribbean, South America, Asia, like everyone cheers for their home country for our big immigrant community in Canada. And I love to see that. It's sort of like we're bonded by sharing a common country where we all live. We also and the World Cup really brings that out. Shows you the power of sport in that respect.
Right.
Now, Peter, do you think the Dutch team is going to be good in 2026?
Well, they're not the worst in the world, I guess. It's always such an emotional roller coaster being a fan of the Dutch team, because they always go to the semifinals or even the finals sometimes.
Yeah.
And then
they never win.
They never win.
Does the Netherlands hold the record for most appearances in the finals without actually winning the World Cup?
I have no clue, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they were.
Yeah.
And
Is that me?
The problem is you can't really.
Shakies!
Ignore it here in the Netherlands.
What the hell just happened? Did it turn off autopilot?
Football during this period, everything is orange. People are. Right.
What the hell?
The honking, waving flags, stuff like that.
Yep.
It's a complete mad ball. And then the evening that they lose, the next morning everything's gone. Everything is back to normal, and everything was just the way it was.
Yeah, it was like it never even happened.
Yes, exactly. So, and also the acquisitions to those peoples to the players is pretty naughty. So when they win, they're the best people in the world, and when they lose, they're a bunch of useless stuff like that. Pretty funny.
The U.S. had a good team one year.
They did, didn't they? Yeah,
they did. I don't remember what year, but it was
during
very
the World
surprising
Cup, or something.
To everyone. Yeah. Shocked the world. Hasn't happened since, but once. The NFL is making an attempt at becoming a worldwide phenomenon. I don't think it's going to work.
No, it's interesting.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Baseball was obviously a sport invented in America, but has been shared around the world, and now many other countries love baseball. A lot of Latino Caribbean nations are huge. Like
baseball been very, very good to me.
Countries like that are huge into baseball, but also Japan and Korea. A lot of Asian nations as well are really into baseball too. But American football, gridiron football, has really not spread around the world too much. We have Lapigdao says, "Hey guys, Brazilian pilot checking in. Well, welcome. Great to be here today. We're flying over the Amazon River in Brazil." So yeah, I wonder why that is, chat. If you're not from the United States, why do you think it is? What's your theory on why American gridiron football is by far the most popular sport in the United States, but really no one else in the world cares for it in the least?
Because we're like Rome and we like our gladiator games.
What do you think has caused that phenomenon? Newsman says because it's boring. Wow.
Because it's boring. Also, we have rugby.
Shots fired.
Yeah. Hey, and rugby is very much like gridiron football with no pads, so I kind of get it.
All right.
Kind of get it.
So here's a interesting concept. I attended a seminar on the Xbox team, a lunch and learn session a few years ago. It was talking about game design, and specifically, it was talking about what are games that design well to be watched on Twitch by viewers.
Oh.
So this is something that's sort of relevant to everyone watching today. And the presenter of this seminar used some real world sports as an example. Said, imagine you're an alien from outer space and you visit Earth and you're observing humanity. If you were to show up over a association football or soccer stadium, within about 5 minutes of watching, you would have a general understanding of the objective of the game and how it works. You wouldn't understand all the nuances of the rules. You wouldn't understand everything, but you'd see there's two teams. They wear different colored shirts. There's a ball. They're kicking the ball and they're trying to advance the ball and put it into the other team's net.
Yes. Yep.
If you're the same space alien, now you went to watch American football or baseball, you would have no idea how those sports work. They're just not intuitive as someone. You need someone to explain to you how those sports work. You could not figure it out on your own just by watching. And
yeah, well, look at cricket.
That's part of the reason why. Cricket. Yeah, I agree. Amir Dazur. What
I wonder, with the aliens watching those games, I think the first thing they would think is, why are they all trying to hurt that one guy with the ball?
Yeah.
What has he done wrong?
What has he done?
Engine up. Oh, yeah, I've been pushing the engine. Well, I was hoping to catch up to everybody.
I'm from Canada. That we have like a lot of like Indian and Pakistani immigrants who played cricket a lot, but it's not something that I've ever played, and so I'm not familiar with the rules. I will see the results from like the Ashes tournament or some other, famous Cricket World Cup or whatever. I'll see the results on TV, and it will say something like, the score was 487 to -7, and it took 3 days to complete the match. And I'm like, what? So I have no idea. I have no idea. Like, Chad, am I exaggerating, or is that like a realistic sounding score for a cricket match? Because I don't know how cricket works.
Obviously.
Well, how would it do? Obviously.
That's the long format.
That's the.
Yeah.
Well, I certainly can't explain to anyone why I'm a football fan. I think part of it comes from having a really good college football team and kind of growing out of there. But I started watching the NFL first. Like basketball is far more exciting. Basketball never stops. But
just jump in there, Joel. Are you?
Yeah.
Oregon Ducks fan?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I live.
Yeah.
I'd be lying to you if I said I was into sports. I grew up here and I was into football.
To LA for a while, and the team was nothing at that time.
And
so when I'm
in Colorado, yeah, Bronco fan.
It was.
And I watched until
what's going on with this?
Avidly until Elway finally won the Super Bowl, and
everyone is
once Elway finally retired, I retired. I don't watch any sports. I'm not really interested in any other sports. Never really have been.
Of course, at Microsoft is headquartered in the Seattle Redmond area, and so a lot of Microsoft employees are.
Don't ever ask me sports questions.
Yeah,
which is Oregon's big main rival team.
I used to see my sister once a year because she would come down. Well, once every other year, she would come down if the game was here, and watch it, or they would stay up there.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of my coworkers at Microsoft are big time Husky fans. This is another thing where I think the United States is unique amongst all countries in just how big a deal university sports is.
Yep.
So like in Canada, where I live, our universities have sports teams, and
I can't believe we haven't hit any other audio. Well, like it's all pretty vast and empty jungle, but
it's like a recreational.
Haven't seen any.
Not the same at all of what it's like in the United States.
I haven't heard any Bush Talk radio stuff
on television. Just how massive and how big a deal Division One college.
Yeah, nothing around us
in the USA. Like there are like Michigan, for example, the Big House. Over 100,000 people will watch a match, a Michigan football match.
Another airport coming up. I don't know if they're going to land at that one.
Blows my mind. We have the biggest stadium, biggest attendance on the West Coast, but the West Coast teams are nothing like the Midwest and East Coast teams. Just like, wow, 100,000 people. Our games have between 50 and 60,000, which to me, for a college sporting event, just seems crazy. Just nuts.
We have Mayor Dezur says, FYI, I worked at Microsoft in the 80s, and one of the products I worked on was the first Microsoft Flight Simulator. Hey, cool.
Wow.
Awesome. And then we have Marco says, I worked at Microsoft in Dallas in the 90s. I supported Excel. All right, chat. Did you know, and this is a true story, you can look this up, there's a hidden Easter egg in older versions of Excel where if you type a certain function into a certain cell, it launches within Excel a flight simulator that you can fly around in. Did anyone know about this?
Yeah. Did you write that, Marco? I did not know about that.
Yeah, you can look that up online. You can see the how to play the hidden flight simulator within Microsoft Excel. Stuxit. That is a reference there, Stuxit. What about the Polk High School Panthers? One player in 1966 made 4 touchdowns in one game.
yes, but Mr. Bundy has since then.
Yes. Reliving his glory days for the rest of his life ever since. Now he sells shoes.
Simpler times back.
By the way, chat, here's some new trivia about aviation that I learned earlier this week. So you know the word helicopter. You might think that is a combined word of heli and copter. It's not. The combined word is actually helico is the first half, which is Greek for spiral.
True, yeah.
And pater, P-T-E-R, like pterodactyl, meaning Greek for flying. So it means flying spiral, helicopter. Yes. But we just abbreviate it now. We say helis or copters, but that's not where the two roots of the word come from.
Well, that is interesting.
I was actually aware of that.
Yeah, I was not aware of that. I just learned.
Me neither.
I learned this for the first time this week.
I wish I would have learned Latin growing up.
Once a week.
I mean, not that I couldn't still
Twitch. I did not know that.
Learn Latin, but I think if you were to have a good
from Da Vinci,
solid knowledge of
right
Latin, you could probably understand quite a bit.
To the actual first helicopter flying.
Yes.
Those, I don't know if you've ever seen film of the first experiments with the helicopter that Sikorsky flying it himself, and they are really scary. I don't know how he lived.
Well,
the guess.
The joke I always like to say is that airplanes fly gracefully, helicopters beat the air into submission.
VTOLs of the future.
Wrong.
Airplanes need a whole bunch of space in order to land safely. Helicopters can land in just a few feet.
It's true.
I mean,
so if your engine's out, you need a lot less space.
Yes.
And more skill.
Yes. I mean, auto rotation is a thing, but you can only do it once.
Yeah.
Well, you can only crash land once too.
Yeah, that's true.
You only do a water. Any plane is a seaplane once.
Right.
Ask Sully about that.
Yeah. You don't need a parachute to skydive. You need a parachute to skydive twice.
Yeah. Good point.
Oh crap. Sorry about that, folks. I had the Bush Talk radio open the whole damn time. Sorry about that.
It says planes auto rotation is boring. Actually, I think it's pretty exciting because you're looking really hard to find a place where you're going to get that plane down.
It's more of one of the more stressful things of being.
It really is. Yeah.
Having an engine out is no fun.
No.
Not even a little.
Every time my instructor said, "Okay, where would you land?" I'd be like, "Oh my god, I don't know."
I mean, during training, they do just throttle down. Okay, your engine is out. Now what?
Yep. Yeah.
Then you usually have like 90 seconds to come up with a plan and execute it, and or else it just executes it for you.
We have rolling dice. Oh, sorry. Kinneas says rolling the death dice on every landing is whack. Asia Prometheus says there are more airplanes water in the ocean than there are submarines in the sky.
That's because there's more airplanes. That's a silly statement.
Did you know?
There's probably more people in graves in China too than in the U.S. Just a guess.
Okay, here's a question. Let me know if I've asked this before on the chat. I may have. I can't remember, but if I did, it was a long time ago. So I'll re-ask this question to the panel. So to Joel and Peter and chat as well. If you went to a swimming pool, like a standard size swimming pool, and there was a dead body floating at one far end of the pool, would you go swimming in that pool?
No.
No, Peter, I can tell by your face. You're
check the body first.
Yeah, but I already know where this is going. But sure, no, I won't.
Okay, you're right, you won't. Now, have either of you gone swimming in the ocean before?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes. But there are many dead people in the ocean.
Anyway, let me pause that right there for a second. So the reason why he was quoting me saying that rolling the death dice, and you probably heard me say that over and over again on my live streams, especially when I'm flying VTOLs, rolling the death dice on every landing is that's just the way it's been until now. But now we have vertical takeoff and landing technology, right? So now you rolling the death dice on a landing is pretty much non-existent. And I was saying VTOLs of the future and VTOLs for the win. Prior to that,
a lot of dead bodies. So
actually, that wouldn't take much. If I went to the beach and I saw someone, floating on the beach out there, in the water, I don't think I would go in. I'd be a little worried about what happened, and
I'm by law obligated to.
That's
go
too
in.
close.
Oh yeah.
He's an emergency responder.
Actually, I have to. I'm not sure whether you can read it, yes or no.
That's a good one. If there's a dead body in a pool, what's wrong with the pool? This is very artful.
We have a message from Phoenix. Says, CD and Jane, thank you so much for letting me know about the flight event in Calgary last week. The kids really appreciated going and had so much fun on the stream. Thanks for helping the kids in the simulator. Phoenix,
nice.
You didn't say hello. I would have loved to have met you. But yes, Jane and I were there, and we really loved attending that event. It was a lot of fun for us, and we had some great turnout from a lot of kids. Like Jane said, sort of middle school, high school age were most of them, but some younger ones as well, and a few older ones too. And really great event put on by the graduating women's class in the aviation program at Mount Royal University.
Marco says too many creepy things in the ocean. And it's so funny because I would much rather swim in the ocean than just about anywhere. However, I'm very picky about what ocean. I don't go swimming in the Oregon coast too much.
So I'm much rather swimming in saltwater than in freshwater.
Yeah, me too. I like freshwater as well, but saltwater, it's nothing like getting in saltwater.
Still with freshwater, there's always those funny creatures, bacteria, stuff like that. There's none of that in the saltwater stuff. I mean, there are big things in saltwater stuff, but I can see them. It's the little things and which ducks and things that crawl up anywhere that I can see.
The leeches. And
Yeah, for
those
example,
are also
yeah.
leeches. The things that crawl.
Let me see if I can increase the terrain a little bit.
That's what I'm scared about in freshwater, right? In saltwater, I'm not really worried. Yeah, I mean, I can see a jellyfish, so I won't touch it, and I can see a seal, so I won't touch it, and that's fine. But leeches and stuff like that,
Yeah.
Someone says Jaws. I saw a meme a couple days ago. Apparently, when Jaws was popular, maybe as a revival later, they sort of staged a live showing of Jaws, where you watched from the ocean, like you were like on a little flotation device, like a tube ring or something, and you would watch Jaws while floating in the ocean. But it kind of have to be pretty brave to do that, I think.
That would be a little creepy.
There'd be so many trolls.
I somehow remember exactly that there was an event which would exactly do.
I was scubaing with my dad south of Puerto Rico, and we were about 90 feet down, and the anchor drug on the,
as they called it,
tug. But this was a huge tug.
Boat and then watch it in the.
So all of a sudden we were down there, and all of a sudden this cloud of like a dust storm.
Phoenix says they've done the Jaws event.
Came over us
in Calgary before.
Turn this down for a minute.
That'd be fun.
Because presumably.
So all of a sudden we get hit with this huge, like a sandstorm underwater. And we couldn't see for a bit. So then my dad and I slowly made our way up to the surface. And you have to do that. I'm up, and you've got to give the signal for... Well, as soon as we came up, we couldn't see the tug. That was the thing. Our boat was gone. And so you have to do the emergency diver signal for diver in distress with your hand over your head kind of thing. And so as we were bobbing on the water, so what was taking place, we found out later, was that on the tug, the anchor had drug. It didn't latch onto anything. And they couldn't turn on the engines until they had accounted for all the divers. So they were on the bridge with binoculars running around trying to spot all the divers. And only after they had spotted us all and could account for us all did they then start moving towards us to recover us. But while we were hovering there, that was my dad he was doing that the whole time. Dun, 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 you know. So, thankfully I knew a tiny bit about the water on the south side of the island. The water on the south side of the island is too warm for most predators. Now, the northern side of Puerto Rico, the waters are cool enough to where they'll have hammerhead and other predator shark. But we were told that they don't favor the warmer water at all. And so it's pretty safe to always dive over there. So I wasn't too worried. I wasn't worried. Actually, funnily, comedically, I discovered that information by being terrified out of my wits. I was inverted on a cliff face in another dive earlier that month. And I was following the dive instructor. And he was inverted as well, and he was hunting lobster. Right? So I was just following along. And all of a sudden the shadow of a shark passes over the top of us. And I just grab onto the nearest rock, and I just like latched onto it, and he saw that I was freaking out, and he looks up, and they have these little grease pencils and pads you can write on underwater, and he just writes nurse shark harmless, and then he underlines harmless a few times. And so when we finally came up on that dive, that's when I found out. He's like, "Don't worry, don't freak out. Don't freak out. It's too warm down here." Now, I don't know if he was lying or filling me with confidence. Either way, it worked.
And they will 100% leave you alone. They will not recognize you as something they want to eat.
No, we're talking about predators too. In Jaws still.
I'm always hoping I see a shark when I snorkel in Hawaii, but I never have.
Yeah.
Lots of fish. I saw sea turtles, but did not see a shark.
I've seen a lot of sea turtles. I've seen a manta ray, a small manta ray.
He's just going balls out. He said he was going to do 200, and if he would have done 200, everybody could have stayed in formation. But he's just going balls out. He's like doing 230 knots.
They go out at night.
And that group, you know, we can't, without slewing, I can't catch up.
That looks amazing.
But that's not important. I don't.
Sharks on a submarine tour in Hawaii.
Oh, cool.
Sven Purple says, if you're ever attacked by a shark, you punch it in the nose. If that fails, you poke it in the eye with your stump. Oh no. Oh dear.
Like. Jeez, that's probably the best speech from Jaws is the one about the sharks.
The USS Indianapolis.
That's the one.
Yeah. One of the greatest monologues ever written in film.
Yeah.
The delivery.
If anyone hasn't seen Jaws, or if you're not familiar with this, there's a scene in Jaws where one of the three men that are sort of hunting the shark gives it like a 5-minute monologue about why he is anti-shark. And he was a sailor on the USS Indianapolis during World War II. And in the dying days of the war, the Indianapolis was sunk by a Japanese submarine. It was torpedoed and sunk. And over 1,000 sailors went into the water. And many of them got like attacked and killed by sharks in the shark-infested water in the Pacific Ocean. And so there's just a really, really cool monologue about that in Jaws. So if you've never seen it, go on YouTube and look up.
It's such a sad, horrible story.
Time to watch that scene.
Just the fear at any second it could be you, and just watching all your friends. Oh, just the horror of it.
Very interesting.
Just heartbreaking to think about that story. War, man.
Just haven't seen any capybaras. I don't think they would show up. I'm only at 1,300. Or 1,300.
Oh, look at this comment from Le Pig Dao. Fun fact, in the region near Santarem, where we're going, it rains every afternoon at the same hour.
We used to get that here. You know, for a while, we would get consistent rains in the afternoon around 3 o'clock. It was wonderful for a while.
That's wild. That's like Old Faithful at Yellow.
We would get great snowstorms here, and we just don't anymore. I kind of long for it to happen again, like the old days. I haven't seen a snowdrift. We usually get 6 feet, 8 feet, 10 feet, 12 feet.
You never know when it's going to rain in San Francisco, Colorado.
Something from he was commenting on something from the developer interview. They're going to give us an updated San Francisco world update and a Denver and a Colorado update.
Technology that lets it rain every day at the same time. Trust me, I read it on an Aluminum Heads Daily. I knew it.
Brutal pilot. Hey, by the way, if I'm not following you, please make sure you go into the chat room and say hello. it will put 3 dots next to your name, and I can click that and immediately go to your channel and subscribe.
First project.
So doesn't matter if you have any content or not. You're a new user,
and
established user.
Cleared for.
Doesn't matter if you do flight simming or not. I'm into everything.
We should do a fly-in Friday sometime where we fly jets and ones somewhere cool.
Yep.
That's a nice stadium down there.
Big helicopter news this week. The Robinson helicopter is coming out with a new one.
Yes.
Big helicopter.
And so does Airbus, right? Have you seen that one?
Yes. Oh, that one was weird. It's in between the 145 and the 160. I mean, the 135 and the 145.
145, yeah. So it's conveniently called the 140, so that makes sense.
Right.
Then.
It's like, why are they, what?
Yeah, why? Yeah, so
why?
I think it's just a new 135, basically, right? It's like the cars. Every new of the model is a bit bigger.
Really slow one.
Yeah,
we got a sim sped up
a lot.
Oh, he's in a Tomcat.
A lot of these newer like the R66 has a new version that's mainly the difference in avionics. That's the main difference.
Right.
And so that's what I think this is. It does have a different tail and some improvements, but I think the avionics is a big part of the difference. But like the 145 wasn't and 135 weren't advanced enough.
But the space is also a bit in between, right?
Yeah, it is. Right. And I didn't think there was that much space to make space in between the space.
No, exactly.
I mean, they're not that different. Well, maybe
another thing.
Difference than I
don't know how it happened, but I noticed last night that
the main medical
all of my audio filters for OBS were completely blown out.
Medical helicopter.
So I had to spend last night trying to get all the filters back up and set right, and then set up all the different audio channels. So the game audio is split from the desktop audio, and the browser audio is its own thing.
Yeah.
And then setting up all the side chain ducking.
Watching like FlightAware departing from New Orleans the week.
And that means, so when I'm talking, no matter what is going on in the background, no matter what, who's talking, what browser's running, the simulator running, when I'm talking, it tries to mute everything else.
That was a fun live stream when we were flying blimps to New Orleans.
And I've also set it up for the audio browser, these guys that are talking on Twitch, and for Bush Talk, that when Bush Talk or whatever's on the whatever's active in the browser, that it will also sidechain duck the Microsoft Flight Simulator audio.
That was a hilarious live stream. Yeah, it was one of the most fun I've ever had on a Fly-In Friday. It was just, there was something magical and hilarious about seeing hundreds of blimps all flying.
I'm sorry I missed that. So yeah, as I'm watching the the audio levels, when he's talking, the Msfs audio
Mini Roadster says his first flying job was an E.
Stays down in the 50, 55 decibel range.
Really well done. I did a stream with the blimp. They're really good.
So yeah, listen for that. So listen to the simulator when nobody's talking first.
We'll do a hot air balloon stream at one point. That'll be fun.
There you go.
Nice change of pace.
You better put on real weather, or are you just going to sit there? Let's use the powered one.
Just so it's a little bit noisier. So you notice when I talk or they start talking, it deadens the simulator.
I have a Super Hornet next to me now. They sound fantastic.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Speaking of the ocean, we got Uppity Whale.
That's a great username. I like that.
It is. Still see so many awesome new names every week. Love it.
We go to the hot air balloon event in Arizona where the wind is cyclical and basically puts you back where you started. So what we're thinking, Agent Prometheus, is in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Yeah, the balloon festival.
The Albuquerque Balloon Festival.
Yep.
Which I believe is the biggest hot air balloon festival in the world.
In the world.
When the week of that, we will do a hot air balloon flight.
We also have a festival here not as big as Albuquerque at all, but pretty big.
That would be a blast to go to. They have a hot air balloon thing just up the road from me. Like
we've had them land
50 miles north, and
in our neighborhood lots of times. The last time that I can remember, the next street over. So watching the hot air balloon come down right next to me is a trip. I've actually been out to the fields when they're doing it.
Of course, the Albuquerque.
Pretty amazing. Pretty neat stuff.
Roswell Air Races, formerly the Reno Air Races.
Oh, right.
It's relocated to Roswell starting this year.
Wow.
Sven Purple says I go to the balloon festival fiesta every year. Awesome. Cool. So yeah, we will do a virtual version of that in the sim the week that's taking place.
So will they be alien ship races?
Soon.
Well, if you've seen the logo, they've certainly incorporated some of that in their branding. They put like a little UFO thing in the Roswell Air Race logo.
How can they not?
Where has Boom been testing their supersonic jet? At Edwards Air Force Base in California.
They don't have me flying over the river. All right, let me do heading and just follow them again.
Reno rebranded, so Reno relocated. Yeah, 2023 was the last year of the Reno Air Races. 2024, they did an air show, but not the races themselves. And starting this year, 2025, they are relocating from Reno to Roswell. London has a balloon festival, but it has been canceled for the last few years due to bad weather. Yeah. That's too bad. I'm surprised they haven't modeled X-Wings in the sim. I believe there are X-Wings.
There are.
Flight sim
X-Wings and TIE Fighter you can get. Yep.
And the Millennium Falcon.
I didn't know about that one. That's cool.
Yeah, there was a long time ago. That was for 2020. It'd probably work. I don't think they have interior at all. I think it's just outside.
Oh, well then... Psh. I want a working X-Wing. Are you kidding?
Remember them in FSX, yeah. There's even, she says, yes, the flying cheesecake with its robust landing crust.
And
what's happening? The plane's tipping over.
Jets and rockets and things.
What's happening? The plane's the
I gave that
pilot is engaged, but
sim.to because it's not,
and it's set to heading, so I don't know why the plane just started freaking out.
Tolerant people.
Well, couldn't it be? You can make I've seen vegan cheesecakes.
So hang on, let me see if I can find this on flightsim.to.
I remember a rubber duck in 2024.
Yeah.
Oh, that was 2020, wasn't it?
2020.
Okay, I'm gonna put a link in the chat here. You can actually scroll down to the player reviews, scroll all the way to the bottom. Mine's the second last. You'll actually see what I wrote 3 years ago. I wrote this review. Oh, I didn't mention a bit about. No, I was wrong. It wasn't about lactose intolerance or milk allergies. I said this mod is not inclusive to people with diabetes and other dietary restrictions. 1 star.
It's a little surprising no one has come out with a food simulator.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Eat all you want.
Oh, they've got, cooking.
I am 3 miles away from the airport. I better disable my autopilot and prepare to land. Don't have the runway in sight, though. I think that might be it to my 12 o'clock in the clearing. Has anyone tried the Got Friends cart? I've not tried it personally, but I've been reading some comments about it from the community. It seems to be really good. People are loving it.
No idea what that is.
It was not.
Oh, it's awesome.
There's the runway chat right there. I'm not lined up very well for this approach. Should I full send or should I do the smart thing and fly a traffic pattern? Send it? I don't know, chat. I think I'm way too, I don't think I can do a full send on this. All right, I'm not a coward. I think I'm being flanked.
He's gonna go for it. You knew
Gear
it.
down. Gear down.
Of course.
Oh, this is bad. This is bad pilot decision making. My old flight instructor would not approve.
Yikes.
Hope my gear got down unlocked. Yep, it did. All right. 0 flap landing. We touch down on our left main wheel first and rotate. Positive rate, gear up.
Nice.
All right, there we go. That's the full send landing. All right, re-enable the old autopilots. All right, Joel, hopefully you and Peter can do a better landing than me. 5 out of 7 Navy landing. Yeah, that was a Navy landing, wasn't it?
Oh, I miss it completely. I didn't realize there was an airport there. All I have is a custom waypoint.
See, they're way over there. It's not part of the flight plan that I'm seeing. I mean, I don't. It's like we have similar but different flight plans.
November Tango India was where I just.
Because we haven't been on the same flight plan, as far as I can tell, the whole time.
Again. Slowest plane in the fleet. Once again, 238 indicated.
I'm back.
I wish you would have called out the
Peter, how close are you?
Airport.
Touch and go landing.
Let's see.
Assuming it is Sierra November.
Okay, so it says it's up ahead.
Correct.
8 miles.
Okay.
That says 69. This is 69 miles.
Full send Navy approach and landing. Not pretty, but I got the job done. No flaps either.
What's the runway heading?
Kind of perpendicular to flying along the river.
Oh, weird. Yeah, I see. That didn't show up as an airport in my plan. It just showed up as a waypoint.
A bit bumpy as well.
Wait, 10.
Right, so just connect the autopilot.
Tarnish Mossman says the runway headings are.
Now it says 72 miles. What the hell?
I'll go for 10.
I have another jet.
Yeah, how could we be so far off?
NASA's sending Crew 10 up to the
high.
space station today.
I don't.
Like an attempt to get them up there.
I don't understand.
What launch vehicle are they using for that? The Falcon.
Thank you.
Peter with some pretty aggressive steep turns here.
Yep, I have to bleed off some speed and some height actually. So dumping the flaps.
Yeah, and also, how the hell could they be so far ahead?
Pretty high-end pilots. Good timing.
This will be a sporty landing again.
Yeah, that kind of looks like mine, Peter. Pretty aggressive high-speed approach.
Better than mine.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
That's the runway there.
And then more centerline city, is that better?
That was much better. You know, I will give you a 9 out of 10 for that. The only reason I docked 1 point is because, as you know, your approach was not ideal.
Yeah, far from stable.
Yeah. But the actual like short final and touchdown was really well executed.
Uh-oh.
Joel really
unrecoverable.
Another TBM.
And another jet over here.
Whoops.
Sink rate.
Oh, you're directly below me. Hey, look at this.
Am I really?
Yeah, look, there's your formation. Right below me.
I caught up. How's that possible? Oh, look at that.
Yay.
Let's go back to your POV again.
See if I can spot you up there through the clouds, through the
Hey,
partial
Nick,
clouds.
nice to see you.
There it is. There you are. Oh, wow. Outflying everyone.
La Pig, I am 31 nautical miles due to the northwest of our full stop landing.
Where'd the TBM go?
I think it might be to your 12 o'clock, Joel.
DC-12 is slightly too slow. It shouldn't be.
God. Oh, there he is. Yeah, there he is. The PC-12, I tested that last night, and I don't think it'll do 238, and I knew that was the speed that people would be flying.
Cruise speed of a PC-12 is
crazy.
Airspeed.
It's true at 30,000, right? Or 25,000.
Oh, yeah,
it's not down here. Yeah.
Probably.
Like this is 330. This is supposed to cruise at 330. This is a rocket.
That's true. TBM is so fast. Yeah.
It really, yeah.
How do I get myself
luxury aircraft?
If money wouldn't be an issue, I'd probably have a TBM.
If money wasn't an issue, I'd have a Vision Jet.
Or a Vision Jet.
Yeah, that's true.
I would love a TBM. So
the Honda Jet.
By a helicopter.
Honda Jet would be awesome. Skyvan, because I want something to live in, like a tiny home.
No, it would be nice.
But mostly a Joby, but that's awful small. An Archer Midnight.
All right, chat. If money was no object and you could buy a plane for private use, what kind of plane would you want?
Honda Jet is also a good contender. Yeah.
Someone already answered A380.
Or a I forgot. Not a CJ4, but its bigger brother.
How do I manage to never get near any of the other planes?
Commander, there you go.
Doesn't matter what I'm doing. Like I speed up to be with these guys.
Nice aircraft, Vision Jet, A10.
Oh, Stagger Wing. Oh, that is a very hipster choice. I approve of that. New Spawns is probably the type of person that listens to records on vinyl.
I've seen a real Stagger Wing last year taking off, actually flying. It was pretty awesome.
They're just going faster than I can go.
That's a good size aircraft.
Or I don't know.
City wants a Tomahawk. Well, you know, I did my training on a Tomahawk. If money was no object, it's not my first choice of what plane I would buy.
Right. They're too fast for me to fly in formation with them.
Flying that aircraft.
Flying teapot with the Sea King. There you go. Yeah. MD530. You can see there's a few people from my regular chat here. MD530 is a nice one. I think if in the real world, if I was to get a helicopter, it would be a 407. just so I could be.
Bell, you mean?
Yeah.
I flown the 408 from 428, I believe. I forgot the type. It's not the Bell, no. Good, no, never mind. Forget everything I said.
Bell makes a 429. One of their new.
Yeah, no. It wasn't the Bell. It wasn't the Bell.
It wasn't the Bell. Okay.
It was another American brand. It has all the. It's actually all the actuators in the mast or below the mast. So you only have the mast, and so it looks like a bit like a Robin, but it isn't a Robin. I do know the registration. Hold on. It's an Enstrom.
Yeah, one of those just came out for 2020.
480. What? Sorry? They are?
I think so. I think that's what it was. Let me look in my marketplace.
Elite Enstrom 480? No, wait, that's not something.
It's easy to find helicopters in the marketplace because there's so few of them.
That's true.
Yes, Praetor 600. Anyone who missed the earlier announcements, Microsoft Flight Simulator has signed a strategic partnership with Embraer, and later this year we're bringing the Embraer Praetor 600 as an expert series plane into the sim.
Oh yeah, that looks pretty awesome. It's a Hiller, not an Enstrom. They always look the same, slightly the same to me. The Hiller was what they trained on. The Huey pilots trained on a Hiller before they got their Hueys.
Inside claiming that they are going to do the Enstrom model line. It was in June 2024 they announced that, so it's probably take some time.
Need an autopilot equipped helicopter in the sim.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
The 225 will pretty much go where you point it. Once you get it trimmed out, you just like having an autopilot.
It currently does miss the upper modes, right? It does the actual, yeah.
The upper modes are missing, yes.
I'm 5 miles out, runway in sight, going to line up for final.
Oh geez, I'm probably right near you. I am.
Oh, you're ahead of me, Joel, actually.
I'm 3 miles away. Oh, there it is right there. Hey!
Let's watch on your POV.
Kill the autopilot. All good, all good. Woo, there's a jet. Plenty of runway. At least that's right. I can just turn around here. Modified base. Modified downwind to base.
We're all flying the TBM like a jet fighter.
It's true.
I've been thinking about the Vision Jet versus the TBM, but there's something about turboprops which is so violent, which I like. Again, it's like the jet gracefully glides through the air while the turboprop just beats the air into submission.
Right. See, I'm the opposite there. I like the smoothness of the jet in this scenario.
Yeah, I can fully agree with that. However,
yeah,
having that thing of menace in front of me would really like that. Yes.
All right, I am turning final now.
I am on final.
Okay, let's see who's closer.
How close are we? Are we right next to each other?
I'm not sure who's closer.
We got to be really close.
Yeah.
Putting on my flaps. A bit fast, a bit high. Just behind Criminal Pilot.
Okay, I've got Criminal Pilot in sight. Look, here's my POV. I'm on short final now. Oh, there you are.
I'm
there
just
you are.
in front of you.
Yeah, you just appeared. Okay, let's go to your POV. Or actually, this will be better on my POV. We can watch your landing and my landing from my screen. That's Joel right in front of me. I'm gonna flare though. I won't actually be able to see your plane.
You'll just have to take my word for it. How good this landing is. I mean, you won't even feel it.
Oh, I'm floating. Where's the runway? I'm floating a lot. There we go. There's such a... Ooh.
That might have been you just pulling through me.
Chat, it was me pulling through.
It was you just pulling right through.
That was I mean, I floated too long.
Oh,
that
my
was
gosh.
a really smooth touchdown. Really smooth touchdown. Right on the center line, too. You know, I'll dock myself 1.5 points because the float was too long, but I'll give myself an 8.5 out of 10 on that landing.
I give myself a 10 out of 10 because we're walking away.
Yeah. All right.
We're all good. Passengers are fine.
And again, for those of us on 2024, as is customary now at the end of Flying Friday, park your aircraft, get out of your plane, and let's have a meetup in avatar mode, walking around. Shift C on PC to exit the plane. Of course, I can't remember the controller shortcut if you're on Xbox. Here's me. Virtual CD in the sim. Looks just like me, right?
Right.
It's actually it's a little bit shorter than I am. My avatar, I'm taller than that in real life. Jersey Twin says left bumper plus B is the shortcut on an Xbox controller to exit. All right, let's meet at this taxiway light or runway light up ahead.
No, Steam just initiated the spring seal.
Oh, there's CDO. You're a woman.
Oh, whoa.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look how you show up in mine.
That's how I look. That's how I look in mine.
Oh, I'm in reverse.
Yeah,
strange. See, I'm wearing the clothes for the Amazon. A nice light shirt.
Somehow CD completely got changed.
Where is everybody?
My avatar has transitioned.
I mean, I would love to join you guys, but I don't have an avatar, so.
By the time we get lined up here, you could land and start up your sim and be here.
Yeah.
Seeing a big group meetup of people now. They've all found me and Joel. Nice to see everyone hanging around. We're forming a circle. We're so organized.
Is the runway right here in front of me? I think it is. Must be.
It's pretty big. It's very hard to miss. You should see it.
Oh, I just missed it. I think I just missed.
Someone's coming up to run through us in a jet.
Yeah, X. I thought I saw a dark star.
A lot of people have the same jacket on. Guys all went to the same store. Get your flight jacket.
We shopped at Sporty's Pilot Shop.
That's right.
Probably.
Not CD's Pilot Shop.
Okay, there's their big gathering. There it is. Oh, Joel's in photo mode.
Someone did the Michael Jackson there. That was good.
This one is even more sportier than the last one.
Oh yeah. Ooh, Peter, you're really cutting it close there, aren't you? Joey says Patagonia. Well, if it was Vancouver, it'd be Arc'teryx. I swear, like every second person I see in Vancouver is wearing an Arc'teryx jacket.
Luckily, it's a long runway, and the terminal buildings are all the way on the other side. I do have an excuse to float.
occasionally I can get into my drone cam when I'm in the character mode, but not usually. Not usually. Sky Mall.
All right, Peter has arrived, which means, folks, we are at the end of Fly-In Friday for the week. Thank you so much for joining us and flying along today. I hope everyone had a wonderful flight down the Amazon River to celebrate the release of the World Update 19, Brazil, Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana. We'll be back right here next week to explore 2 of those other countries. We'll do probably Suriname or Guyana, or maybe a combination of the 2. Maybe fly between 2 of the cities there. So that's next week on Fly-In Friday. Of course, I'm also back here on this channel on Tuesday for Rise of a Pilot, my career mode live stream. If you want to check me out doing some single player flying in Microsoft Flight Sim in the career mode, that'll be Tuesday, same time as this stream, same as always. Otherwise, I want to just wish everyone a happy weekend. Hope you have a great time. Give final words now to our community here. Peter, any concluding thoughts from you?
No, it was a fun flight. Really looking forward to the other one, which we are promised.
Yeah.
The next 2 weeks I'll be on holiday again, so I'll join in March. In April.
All right. Joel, I've just put a link to your Twitch channel in the chat. So everyone watching, go ahead and click that. Follow Joel's channel. Check him out. Joel, what do you have coming up on your stream soon? And what kind of content can people expect to find there?
We will be doing Sunday Cruise on Sunday, and it's kind of low and slow down a river. And then Tuesdays we do helicopters, and Thursdays we do Thursday Thunder, which could be any kind of a thing. Any kind of a thing. I kind of forgot where we ended up on Sunday. We just finished one river, and we're starting another.
All right. Well, guys, check Joel out, and we will see you next week. Have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for joining. Goodbye, everyone.
Okay, bye.
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 Oh, my Lord. Oh, don't do that again. All right. I'm glad we got it all sorted. So, well, the regret is that there was not more. I didn't get into more formation flying with people, and then the draw distances, yada, 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 yada. Would have liked to have seen a lot more. I thought, although it was very pretty. It was nice seeing the Amazon. So with that, I'm going to end it here too, and it's Friday. So, it's only 2. All right, well, let's see. I need to do something today, career-wise. So I will be back at the top of the next hour and do something.